Why, hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the show tonight. We have a lot to discuss here today, a lot of new developments in regards to this all new upcoming edition of Resident Evil 4. And I'm going to tell you something right here and right now, and I need you guys to lock in and start waking up in here because I'm going to tell you what, folks. The review embargo for this all new upcoming edition of Resident Evil 4 is expiring tomorrow, from what we understand. And that means that the shills are going to come out of the woodwork and shill this game. That's what's going to happen. But hey, look, an Xbox Series X. So the shills are going to come out of the woodwork and shill this game.
It's over!
And it's going to be so incredibly sad. We got a lot to unpack here today. I'll tell you what, we got the U3 shirt.
And Brave Salamence donated $15 through
Holy
Super Chat.
Shit.
RIP U3. While I'm still holding my full judgment on RE4 Remake until the game fully launches, the shotgun blowback nerf and the cut content looks bad. Can we talk on Skype? I have stuff to talk about.
Yeah, if you want to call in, we can probably make that happen. Stunning and Brave coming through. Hell yeah, by the way, appreciate that. Stunning and Brave coming through. And again, the review embargo expires tomorrow.
It's over!
So reviews are officially going to drop for this thing, and the shills are ready. Okay.
Luis Hernandez donated $9.99 through Super Chat. The king of stream at it again, in a way that just makes sense. All hail world class.
That's what we're talking about. We're just getting started. Okay, I don't want to... Let's just say tomorrow might be even a bigger show. Why am I hearing something? Where is this audio coming from? Something's playing. What the fuck?
It's over! Chris H. donated $4.99 through Super Chat. September 30th, 1998, the day she stopped loving, and the destruction of a classic.
It really is over. We're going to run that back in case you missed it. Okay, if you're just tuning in, we're going to unpack the latest leaks, the final leaks. Everything has leaked with this game, and, you know, look, it's an 18-year-old game, okay? It's not like we're really spoiling things here, okay? But they have cut a lot of content out, and I'm seeing some bootlickers in this chat right now that just want to play pure contrarian and say, oh, Michael, they didn't cut content out. You know, it's the same old rhetoric with these shills. So we're going to run that back yet again. Ladies and gentlemen, the destruction of a classic. Absolutely, and I'll tell you what, they are going to shill this game tomorrow. When the reviews come out tomorrow, which is when they come out, the review embargo expires, they are going to shill this game. And look, if you like it, that's fantastic, but it is going to be overwhelmingly positive. I guarantee it, bro. They are going to shill this game. That's why Capcom selects the shills, and, you know, they play it safe. And that's just the way the cookie crumbles. That's just the way the cookie crumbles. And we have a lot to unpack here today. Okay, the entire game practically leaked overnight. There was still some questions about what's in there, what's not in there. And here we are, nearly 1 week from the launch of this all new upcoming edition of Resident Evil 4. Tomorrow the reviews come out, and it is going to be very predictable what the reviews say. But that doesn't mean it's a great game. We know that Justin Bieber sells incredibly well. We know that Justin Bieber and his music and his records, they sell incredibly well. Okay? But does that mean that you like Justin Bieber? So, get with the program.
Steve-O donated £10 through Super Chat. What's up, Mackle? Hope you're having a good day. I was thinking, can we play some Minecraft and drink some beers and eat tacos? She doesn't love me, so sad.
Shut up, you dumbass! Damn! You can't do any show around here because you got a bunch of neckbeards watching this shit. Why don't we just type U3 in the chat right now? The boss is cut. Deal with it, okay? I'm done with it. I'm done talking about, well, you don't know, Michael. Where's your confirmation? Oh, Michael, you're such a dumbass. U3's still in the game. Ha, ha, ha. Yeah, U3's really in the game, sweetheart. U3 in the chat right now. Let's go. I want to see this chat moving if you can make it happen. Let's go. U3 in the chat right now. I mean, it's time to wake up in here. Holy shit. They are destroying a classic. I don't care if you disagree. That's what's happening here. It is the definition of soulless. It is the definition of soulless, and you don't care. You literally do not care. I don't think there's even 5 people in here that are in agreement with me, and that's great. I don't want you to agree because I am special, and I'm not in that normie boat club. And I'm going to tell you right here and right now, we're going to run it back right here. The destruction of a classic. And there you go. That's the destruction of a classic. It was actually hard to figure out what to put in there because there was so much material. I mean, that was just the tip of the iceberg, and I didn't want to make it a 2-minute long video because, we don't have the full game yet, and it's hard to get HD footage of certain things. Well, we can't even show the game outside of the demo. So, with the leaked footage and stuff like that. So that's just the reality of the situation. The destruction of a classic. We are going to break down here shortly. If you are just tuning in, we're going to break down the latest leaks, the final leaks. The review scores are out tomorrow. We are going to do a show tomorrow and react to that. And we also might have well, we don't want to get into it yet, but we might have a pretty big show tomorrow. We will have to wait and see on that. But with that said, we are going to react nonetheless to those review scores that drop tomorrow. When the review embargo drops tomorrow, it expires. The Shills, like Sphere Hunter and a bunch of other cats, are going to come out of the woodwork and say it is a masterpiece. It is better than the original. Please buy this game right now. And not everyone's going to feel that way. Okay, we know that Justin Bieber, for example, sells incredibly well. His music does. One of the best musicians on the planet, right? That's what that would mean. Because sales dictate quality, right? Okay, well.
It's over!
Chris H. donated $1.99 through Super Chat. Get ready to apologize to World Class.
Okay, this guy is an idiot. Not Chris H. Chris H., we love you. That's not what I'm talking about. This guy in the chat right here, he says U3 is going to be in the Ada campaign. Bro, there ain't no fucking Ada campaign. The GameCube version of this game has more content than this slop. There's literally more content in the GameCube version than this fucking version right here. And you want to talk about how they just didn't hit that home run? Sammy Sosa stepped up to the plate, and guess what happened? He didn't hit that home run, and everyone was expecting him to hit the home run. Okay? They didn't hit that home. When are you going to wake up and fucking smell that ass crack? because I'm done. I'm done with these shills. I'm done with these bootlickers. I'm done with these fake fucking robots in here that probably Capcom sent over. I mean, it's ridiculous. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and break this down. Again, the review embargo expires tomorrow. I know this mic sounds like shit, but I think we've broke it. Nonetheless, let's go ahead and break this down. These are practically confirmed, okay? I don't have the game in front of me to double check, but nonetheless, if you can't take the leaker's word, then I don't know what to tell you. So this is the reality of the situation. Of course, U3 gone. Okay, that has been confirmed by multiple people. So, I mean, unless it's a hidden boss deep within a fucking cave that no one's found yet, U3 is not in the mainline campaign. Okay, so let's get a U3 in the chat. It's confirmed. U3, unless it's a hidden boss where you got to like stab the wall 50 times to unlock that fucking cave and then go in there and fight him. Right now U3 is cut. So, U3 in the chat. I've seen the bootlicking. I've seen just stupid opinions from so many people, and they're saying, well, that boss didn't matter. That boss was trash. That boss was total garbage. It didn't have a massive impact on the game. We don't care that he's gone. And everything I point out, they don't care. They don't care that you can't shoot through doors. They don't care about this being removed. They don't care about that being removed. They don't care about the U3 boss. They don't care because they're gay.
Steve-O donated £5 through Super Chat.
I'm done with these fake Resident Evil fans, man.
1v1 me on Rust Scrub.
No, we're not playing dumbass games, dude. Why don't you go back to V and suck it up your little ass? Because that's what you want to do day in and day out. You're like, oh yeah, Speed Hunter's going to give this game a 10 out of 10. No shit. It doesn't take a rocket scientist, a NASA fucking physicist to figure that out. Get your head out of your ass. Rip U3. It's over. It's done. Capcom destroyed a classic. They took the claw in there and they retracted something from the fucking game that everyone knew and loved for 18 plus years. And you want to sit there and defend that? Well, you're such a piece of shit. You understand me? You're not a real Resident Evil fan. You fucking shill. They took U3 out and you want to look the other way and go, oh, that's great. I hated that boss anyway. Why? Because there was no yellow paint telling you which switch to press. You can open up the door. You didn't like the time limit on that boss? Yeah, you couldn't handle any of that. You couldn't handle any of that. Oh, they didn't remove any content, by the way? We're just getting started.
It's over.
Okay? U3's not in the game. Okay? That's the reality. You can pretend that he's not. He is in the game, but he's not in the game.
£4.99 through Super Chat. I remember playing the original in 1997. It was mind-blowing. It was the same when I played 4. I like the change. They don't make them like they used to.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know what to say anymore. It's just the same old slop over and over and over again, and that's way too fucking bright. Holy fucking shit. Okay, look, you guys got to lock in here. Because the reviews are coming out tomorrow morning, and once they shill this, and it's a big shill fest, well, don't come back over here and tell me I was wrong, because I already know this is going to get a 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97 on Metacritic. I already know that, so don't come back over. Don't do it.
Water Wellness donated $2 through Super Chat. Plain and simple, this remake is hot trash. RIP U3.
I just can't with these shills, man. It is trash, like you said, bro. War of Worlds coming through. It is trash. I can't believe it. I can't believe it because the shilling is just off the chain. Look, no one, to be fair, no one sat there and said, oh, we love U3, we love U3. You know, they didn't make U3 shirts. They didn't have posters of U3 on their wall. Okay? We'll give them that. But what we won't give them is this notion that we hated this boss and that it was pointless to have in the game. Okay, if it were pointless to have in the game, why does it have a fucking 96 on Metacritic? Hello! Oh my god! So the game was shit because that boss was in it. But now that it's not in it, you love it. We have a weird problem here. And it ain't going to get any easier with these shills. Especially after tomorrow. Okay? Here we go. So the U3 boss is cut. Unless it's a secret boss that you got to dig for or do this with the merchant or some shit like that, the main playthrough storyline, there is no U3. That has been confirmed. That's why we have the shirt right here. Are you guys listening? There's no U3. And tell me how there's not cut content. Start banning these people in here if they don't listen, okay? It's ridiculous. They're just going to sit there and say, I'm wrong, and where's my source? I don't care about your fucking little security blanket that you're throwing up because you're like, I don't want to hear that, Michael. I still want to believe that U3 is in the game. Well, you can believe that U3 is in the game. But when this game comes out 1 week from Friday, tomorrow, and I'm right, are you going to come back over here and say, holy shit, Michael, you were actually right? No, you're not. So I'm not dealing with you then because you're not going to give me the time of day then. You're giving me the time of day now, and I'm going to tell you right here, right now, there's no U3 in the game.
It's over.
You don't care. And that's the problem with Capcom's fan base today. They don't care.
Steve-O donated £5 through Super Chat. Don't make me come over there, Mackle. I will bring over the world-class army. It's so sad she don't
I'm just
laugh.
not in the mood for weird shit like that. Let's go. Lock in. This is Resident Evil 4 Remake. If you can't get up on that, then get the fuck up off the horse. Because it's over. The lazy millennial devs over at Clueless Capcom have fumbled the football. The lazy millennial devs over at Clueless Capcom have destroyed a classic. I'm going to run it back yet again. This is the last time I'm going to play this, so make sure you listen and make sure you watch because this is so incredibly sad. My, oh my, the Shills are out in full force. It is so incredibly sad. So again, if you're just tuning in, folks, we're going over the latest leaks. If you don't want things spoiled, even though this game is 18 plus years old, then I don't know what to tell you. You can, of course, not, listen. So we're going over the leaks. U3's cut, confirmed. I mean, unless it's like some secret fucking Konami code that you got to put in to fight U3, he's not in the straightforward path, okay, if that makes any sense. So U3's gone. You don't care. I understand. I've already heard that for the past 4 fucking days. We don't care about U3. Oh, that boss was so gimmicky. It just came out of nowhere, and there was some cage in the middle of a fucking cavern, and oh my god, that time limit was so terrible. Oh, you had to go fight the boss twice, and the second battle was so terrible. You just brought the rocket launcher out and went, it's like, really, dude? So U3 has been cut. Let's go to the next one here. U3 has been cut. Let's go to the next one here. And look, I'd love to be wrong. We'll have a better understanding tomorrow. But we won't because the Capcom is, saying, hey, Shills, you can review this game. That's what's happening. That's what they're saying. Okay? So they're not going to tell you any spoilers. They're not going to tell you who's in the fucking game outside of what Capcom allows them to show and allows them to talk about. It's the same situation with Cyberpunk a few years ago. Okay, there's no running from boulder sequences. I assume most people figured that out, but that's cut content. Okay, we need an analogy because if you're not listening, I can't help. Okay, because some people in here just are not getting it. So we're going to try and make this as simple as possible. I wish the teacher in special ed did that, but she didn't. So I'm going to help you guys out here and do what they didn't for me. And, well, we can't find anything here that's going to help our analogy. But let's just put it this way here. Hold on one sec. Let me grab something here. Okay, we got Hogwarts Legacy here. Total, I don't know why we have these copies of Hogwarts Legacy. It's so terrible. Yeah, I just don't know what we can say. But, look, when you remove content, when you remove content, look, when you remove content, when you remove content from the original game, that is literally the definition of cutting content. Okay, no one is going to refute that because it's impossible to refute. And if you don't understand what I'm talking about, it would be like if James Cameron remade the fucking Titanic and they didn't show the Titanic. I mean, I don't know how to explain. I literally don't know how to explain it other than they are bastardizing this son of a bitch, and you love it because Spear Hunter's going to bend over and you're going to be like, wow, sexy. And don't get me wrong, she's a great content creator. She's incredibly attractive, but you need to understand that when the Shills are given the go signal, they are going to go, and they are going to come out and be like, oh my God, the Resident Evil 4 is nothing but sunshine and rainbows. We love it. Yeah, you love it because they give you a free fucking code and early access, so you play for validation. Okay, U3 boss cut. All but confirmed. If I had the copy right now of this game, like the Shills, I would double check for you. But we can't.
9 strike underscore donated €2.49 through Super Chat. Justice for U3 deserved better.
Yeah. Well, no one cares. I was on Reset Era the other day. They were shilling it. They're like, oh, that boss is trash. We don't want to see no U3, Michael. That's trash. You know what I mean? They were literally shilling it. They were like, well, Michael, you're so damn wrong. That's right, Michael. You're so damn wrong. U3 was a trash boss fight anyway, Michael.
Magic
U3 was a trash boss fight anyway.
3,383 donated $2 through Super Chat. Oh, Jesus. Did they make the lady black?
What? All right, Magic the Gathering coming through. Okay, U3 boss cut, confirmed. No running from boulder sequences. Confirmed. Okay, now these two probably don't matter to you.
It's over!
These two probably don't matter to you. But look, if none of this matters, then you weren't a fan of the original game to begin with. If none of this stuff matters, you were never a fan of the original game to begin with.
It's so sad that there are some people who think this game will be great. It's so sad. Join world class.
I'm just sharing my opinion, and people are showing up. That's all I'm doing. That's all we've been doing for 11 plus years over here. So if that triggers someone, I don't know what to tell them. You can always click the escape button. Alt F4. All right. U3, cut. Confirmed. No running from boulders. Okay? Cut. Cable cars. Okay? The cable cars. This is what I told you days ago. I told you the cable cars, the lift. And we're not talking about some other lift. When I say lift, I mean the cable cars, okay? The cable cars, like the fucking ski lift thing, okay? The cable cars. The cable cars have been, they have cut the cable cars, okay? They're still, you can look at it, and it's seemingly a cutscene now, but you can't do the cable car segment like you could in the old game, where you actually got on the cable cars and you shot the enemies that were coming on the other side of the cable cars. It was a really unique, interesting thing, and it's like, well, that's cool. A little frustrating.
It's over!
They don't have the cable car segment. The cable cars are still there in the backdrop, and they might be associated with cutscene, but you cannot interact with the cable car anymore. It's trash! Shut it down, shut it down, shut it down, shut it down!
To the original.
Well, I don't know if it's that severe, but I mean, it might very well be, depending on who you ask. Hell yeah, by the way, appreciate that Ryan O'Neill coming through. So let's recap here. We're just getting started. U3 cut. Sweetheart, U3's cut. There's no running from boulders, okay? Cable cars. You can't get in them anymore. Dude, I'm done. I can't. They are shilling and defending this. Because, oh, that didn't matter. The cable cars didn't matter. Why do we need to go into the cable cars, Michael? That was a trash segment anyway. It was so frustrating. U3, terrible boss, so forgettable. Oh, running from boulders? That was a gimmicky QuickTime event. Shut up, Shills! Shut up, Shills! Oh my God, dude. It's one thing, like, if you like the game, fuck yeah, man. I wish I could be on that mindset of easily amused, But when you try and shove it down someone's fucking throat, oh, Michael, you must conform, and you must shill this game. Why? Because they cut content? Oh, well, they cut it for the better, Michael, because this game's going to play out a lot better. They cut all that content out, Michael. And this game right here is going to play for the better because they cut these terrible segments out, Michael. So therefore, what they did was they remade a classic, and they turned that classic into a masterpiece. And this opinion is the general consensus opinion, Michael, and it's backed up by a bunch of YouTubers that I love and subscribe to. Sphere Hunter, ACG, Shill Up. Let's go, baby. A celeb. So again, you three cut. You three cut. No running from boulders. No running from boulders. Cable car segment. Cutscene now. Or at least in the backdrop. We don't have full details on that I've seen anyway. But I got the confirmation on the cable cars a long time ago. About a week ago at this point. So those are three things that are cut. And if you disagree, you're just a contrarian. Incendiary grenades, okay? No flame grenades. Oh, they didn't matter. We never used the flame grenades. Stop making excuses for the lazy millennial devs. I'm done. Stop making excuses for the lazy millennial devs. We need people in it. Type U3 right now if you're on board. If you're not on board, type, well, don't type it. I'm serious. I'm done with people playing along in here. There's nothing to play along to. This game is a travesty. It's the destruction of a classic. If Crobecat came out of the woodwork, and I hope he fucking does, I don't think he will, but if Crobecat were to come out of the woodwork and showcase the differences, it would be like that Far Cry 2 video versus Far Cry 5. That's how severe this is. Because if you start really breaking it down, and you start saying, oh, I can do that in the original, wow, that's actually cool, you know? Well, you can't do this over here. And it's like, yes, the remake has better graphics. In terms of positivities, the remake is superior in terms of graphics. But when you start looking at this and you start looking at other things, it starts to see you start to see a game that maybe could have been better. So to recap here, U3 boss, done. Unless it's a hidden boss in pro mode or some shit. As far as we know, the standard playthrough, there is no U3. Okay. No running from boulders. Okay. No running from boulders. Cable cars are now entirely either a cutscene or just a part of the scenery. Trash. I mean, it's bad. But you don't care. Why does no one care about the original game? Please explain this to me. I don't understand. If you're new to the franchise, that's fine. I'm not gatekeeping. Okay. But let's not pretend like we're real Resident Evil fans that have been with this thing since the fucking GameCube and, PS1 days. Because that's a load of shit. Because you would be concerned that this shit is cut. Why would you remake a game and not keep this shit intact? They could have still altered it, but had it in there. They should have hit all of the familiar beats. Oh, Michael, you wanted a one-to-one remake. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that they should have had the iconic, memorable moments locked in. And then they could have worked around some of those iconic, memorable moments. But no one cares. So I guess the game should have never been remade because no one cares about the original game to begin with. So you wonder, why did Capcom remake this game when no one seemingly fucking cared to begin with about it? They're like, oh yeah, the U3 boss was trash. Oh yeah, the gimmicky. Oh yeah, the controls were trash.
I'm a fucking devil donated $2 through Super Chat. Cut content is what held back the OG. Apologize.
Well, when they get to play the game next week, look, the reviews are coming in like fucking however many hours. 12 hours or something, 15. I mean, I can't do math. But nonetheless, the reviews are coming. And if you want the Shills to come out of the woodwork and tell you what you want to hear, then by all means, wait for those reviews.
Stunning and Brave Salamence donated $2 through Super Chat. U3 in ready to call in.
Well, we're not done just yet here. We're going to open up the line here for you and a few other people if they want to tune in and discuss here. But the U3 boss fight has been cut. That is pretty much confirmed, okay? And when I say pretty much, unless it's a hidden secret, which I don't think it is not in the mainline. So that's what you need to know and understand, folks. That's what you need to know and understand. And it just gets $10
through Super Chat.
I've never had to deal with so many
I just renewed my subscription to Sphere Hunter, baby.
That's what we're talking about. Hell yeah, brother. We appreciate that. Muhammad coming through with a 10. These shills are exhausting. I'll tell you what. I mean, I have, we talked about Resident Evil 2 Remake. We talked about Resident Evil 3 Remake. And we had a lot of people that didn't agree with those. And I don't think Resident Evil 2 Remake, they cut a bunch of content out on that. They cut crows, spiders, A and B scenarios were trash. The whole game's garbage. Literally. The whole game's garbage. So all of the RE Engine games are not really fantastic, especially these remakes, because they're all demakes. So at least with these new mainline games, they can get into this fantasy Harry Potter shit where you play as like fucking Rose and you fly your wand around and you're like, Zampido! All right, U3 cut. No running from boulder sequences. Cable cars removed, part of the scenery. Cable cars gone. Flame grenades, incendiary grenades, gone. Okay, this is all cut content. It's objective. It's not an opinion. The laser room. This is a big one. This is a big one. Are you guys listening? This is crazy. Are you guys the laser room is not in this game. The laser room is not in this game. You know what that means? And I get it, it was a goofy little thing but that's what makes a fucking game cool, It's like, wow, why are we doing this? Who fucking cares? It's fun. And it's clear that Capcom didn't play the original game. It is literally so blatantly obvious that Capcom did not play the original game. Because if you're cutting the laser room, then what are we doing? Oh, it wasn't needed. It didn't have an impact on gameplay. It was stupid. It was gimmicky. It doesn't matter. It was cool. It was fun. It was whack. It's Resident Evil. And this notion from these shills that, we want Resident Evil to be realistic now. Really? Because Resident Evil has never been realistic. And it applies to this all-new upcoming edition of Resident Evil 4 as well. So if we're going to argue that the laser room had no point and no purpose, well, that's kind of the fucking beauty of it. Duh! Well, they just didn't understand it. But it gets worse. Because not only is the laser room not in the game, but the throne room is not in the game. I'm done. I'm just done, dude. I can't with this slop. I'd rather play fucking Saw on the PS3, dude. I'd rather play fucking Saw on the PS3. I bet this has got more fucking soul than this remake trash. It's way more challenging fucking Saw on the PS3. I mean, dude, this is bad. No laser room, no throne room. You know what I mean? I'd rather watch Halloween 4. I'd rather watch Halloween 5. I'd rather play Hitman Absolution, which is actually better than Hitman 2016, by the way, and some shitty Need for Speed game. Look, you guys need to understand that the devs over at Capcom, they quite clearly just did not understand the original. They didn't understand what made it tick. And it's so sad. These shills are just fucking crazy, man. These shills are on Ritalin all day, and they're like, how dare you defend the fucking original game? It was trash. Well, then why are they remaking it? So let's recap. U3, gone. The boss didn't matter, Michael. It was trash. Cool. Great take. Very intelligent. No running from boulders. Cable cars, gone. Well, they're in there, but you can't ride them anymore. Incendiary grenades, gone. Laser room, gone. Throne room, gone.
It's over!
Here we go. Let's go, baby. KT, come on, baby. Preach. Let's go.
Macklin Blitz's stream, his fanboys accused us of trolling. If we were really trolling, then they make it easy for us to troll them.
I don't even know what that means.
Truth.
How am I trolling? And who the fuck is that? Some fucking shill that's playing for a free copy of the game? Like, I got early access, man. Look at my review right here. Yeah, so you can get fucking more clicks on your video because you got early access. Like, dude, ain't nobody trolling over here. I don't even know what that means. How am I trolling? These are literally facts. Oh, you don't believe me? Where's my source, right? Oh yeah, my source. You don't have any source. Said who, Michael? I don't care if you don't believe me or not. Wait till the fucking game comes out next week. It's a one and done, and then you'll move on to the next flavor of the month. And when you come crawling back to world class and you're like, Michael, I had my fun in the sun. I'm a little sunburnt now. And, well, I'm going to say I told you so. This ain't going to have longevity of the original classic. Okay? That's what's so sad about this. It's not going to have the longevity of the original classic. Oh, Michael's just a troll. He's just a hater. He wants this shit to fail. Really? No, I don't. I want to play a great RE Engine game, and they've yet to put one out.
It's over!
Chop Top Nada donated $5 through Super Chat. Remember when it was game journalists making excuses for garbage games and lazy devs and the fans were the ones demanding better product?
Yeah. Chop Top coming through. Hell yeah. By the way, appreciate that. Texas Chainsaw Massacre too. So again, U3 boss fight, done. Gone, cut, axed, not in the mainline experience. That's the reality of the situation. No running from boulders. Okay? Cut. These are all things that are cut. You cannot dispute this shit because it ain't in the game. Okay? And if you want to wait and you want to say, Michael, you're wrong, you're just a troll, you're clickbait, and you're this, you're that. Look, at the end of the day, when you play this next Friday, not tomorrow,
It's
but next
over.
Friday, when you play this next Friday and you're disappointed, guess what? You have only yourself to blame. Because here I am 1 week earlier from release, 1 week from launch, telling you that this shit's not in the game, and you're not listening. You're like, oh, I don't care, Michael, that shit's trash anyway. Well, then you weren't a fan of the original to begin with. Oh, but Michael, you wanted a one-to-one remake. Yeah, we really wanted a one-to-one remake, didn't we? We really wanted a carbon copy of the original. No. We wanted a remake that actually found balance between the old source material and doing something new and refreshing with the old source material, but in a way that makes sense. Not just change for the sake of change. And what have they done here? U3, cut. No running from boulders, cut. Cable cars, still in the game, but you can't ride them. So fucking sad.
Ascended Meth Enjoyer donated $2 through Super Chat. I'm gonna buy the game just so I can throw it away.
Well, you do you. I don't know, dude. The reviews come out tomorrow morning. So if you're waiting for reviews, they're coming out tomorrow morning. So wait until then. U3 boss fight cut. No running from boulders. Cable cars are in there. You can see them in the background.
It's
They're either
over.
associated with a cutscene, but you cannot get on them and ride them and shoot enemies off them. Because that's not a thing.
That number 4 donated $2 through Super Chat. I lost faith in Crapcom after E3 Remake.
Well, I lost faith after RE2 Remake. I mean, even 7 was trash. But if I had to say, I would say 7 is better than Village. If we had to compare the two original titles, 7 versus Village, I'm going to pick 7 all day over Village. They're all trash, but I'm going to pick 7 over all of them because, in my opinion, that was closer to
It's over.
Resident Evil than fucking Village and Call of Duty shit where you're coming in as Chris Redfield and you're like, Tango down.
Foxhound donated
You know, it's
$4.99 through Super Chat. You should check out Voyager's revenge footage of his playthrough. It's the opposite of the shotgun footage you found.
What are you implying? You're implying that the shotgun footage... Dude, I can play the game right now. I mean, I don't have the full game, but I can boot this demo up right now and show you that the shotgun isn't good when compared to the original. Okay, because the enemies don't blow back far enough. Now, what we showed in that clip, and that wasn't my footage, I just found it. But look, that was the guy stunning the enemies and then going down and then shooting. Now, maybe it was a glitch. I don't know. I haven't tried to replicate that. Nonetheless, the shotgun still blows ass. So, U3 boss fight cut. No running from boulders. Cable cars, now a part of the scenery. Cutscene. You can't ride them. You can't shoot. Well, no one cares. No one cares. No one cares. Well, then what do you care about? What do you care about? You don't care about the original game, so what do you care about? Why would you buy this if you don't care about the original game? That's because Capcom didn't remake this game. Capcom made an all-new Resident Evil game that was inspired loosely by Resident Evil 4. That's what you need to know and understand. And you might say, well, Michael, I understood that. It's not my problem that you're just a dumbass and you couldn't figure that out. But you have to understand that Resident Evil 4 is classic. Resident Evil 4 not only changed this franchise and, brought it back to life, it resurrected it from the fucking dead, but it changed the gaming industry as a whole and third-person shooters. So you have to look at this game and you have to study it and you have to honor what that game brought to the table. And yes, it is a product for its time, but who cares? At the end of the day, if you can't go in and make the game you want to make, then maybe don't make it at all. So we're not done just yet. We got to recap here because we're keeping getting off track here. U3 boss, gone. That's why we made the shirt, not a review 3. Ooh, the bush trash. The bush is trash. Great take. No running for boulder sequences. Cable cars in the backdrop now. Incendiary grenades. No laser room. Holy shit, dude. I can't. There's no laser room, dude. There's no laser room. Dude, there's no... I'm done. You guys are not... There's no laser room. How can you say that that's Resident Evil 4? At least put it in as like an Easter egg where you can like look at the room. You know, I mean, you know, if they wanted to stay away from that goofiness or whatever they want to claim, then at least put it in as like a fucking Easter egg, dude. But they don't have the laser room. In addition to that, they don't have the throne room where you can just sit down and go like this as Leon. And it's like, oh, that's fucking cool. Because it was for the gamers back then. They made games for gamers. Now they make games for the numbers. They're making games for the numbers these days. They're not making games for gamers anymore. They're not thinking of the gamer anymore when they make these games. They're making these games and they're so palatable. They're so palatable. Look the word up. Palatable. That's what's going on. And it's so incredibly sad. But wait, there's more. So, there's no separate ways campaign. Now, look, we pretty much knew that they weren't going to add the separate ways campaign in. We pretty much knew that they weren't going to add the separate ways campaign in. And that wasn't to be fair. There on the GameCube day one. However, there is no assignment Ada. So in addition to there being no separate ways, there is also no assignment Ada. Assignment Ada came with the GameCube version day one. Shut this garbage down. It is trash. And I cannot, I just, these reviews tomorrow are going to be ridiculous, dude.
It's over!
These reviews tomorrow are going to be ridiculous.
Katie donated $5 through Super Chat. We ain't trolling. If they were truly confident this game will be good, they wouldn't get so butthurt whenever we criticize
Dude, if you
the
go to the
game.
Resident Evil TikTok right now, if you go to the Resident Evil TikTok right now, I'm not even kidding. They are using other people's videos and you know, the Shills, and they're like, "Oh, this did you know this about the Resident Evil? It's cringe. The Shills are coming out of the woodwork. Holy shit, Leon!
Darkhand donated
Super
$1.99 through Super Chat. Word is that the Gatling gun Ginado is cut too.
Well, I don't know, dude. I wouldn't. Well, this is just the new stuff. I'm just reading the new stuff. You know, there's so much stuff that's cut or altered that it's hard to remember everything that's cut and altered. You know what I mean? That ass. So again, this is just the new stuff. Okay? We're not even talking about the dialogue stuff that's cut. Okay, the merchant doesn't even say his own lines anymore. So like, look, I could have been behind the change with the merchant. Like, okay, they can't get the old voice actor back because he probably wants too much money or some fucking bullshit like that or whatever the case may be. Look, I could have been behind them if they just said, just read the old lines, you know? Like, I'll buy it at a high price. And that's a terrible impression right now because I'm fucking out of breath. We're sweating in here. But look, he doesn't say that. He doesn't say, welcome, stranger. You know, he doesn't say that. He doesn't say, not enough cash, stranger. You know, none of the lines are returning. It's soulless. It is soulless. And you can tell, okay, from the you are dead screen to the just general UI, it is the most solid, vapid, if that's even the word, palatable product ready to be consumed by the masses. They're ready to line up at that buffet, Macklin. They're ready to consume the fried chicken. They're ready to consume the broccoli. They're ready to consume the ham. And they don't care about if it's cold or not.
Valentin donated $5 through Super Chat. Michael, what is your final Metacritic score for this game?
Oh, gee williker. Oh, gee williker. Final Metacritic score. It depends on who they ask to review this game. If some of these outlets, you know, choose reviewers that have never played the original or don't even remember it or what have you, then at the end of the day, this is going to score incredibly well. But you have to understand.
Martin Grimes donated $10 through Super Chat. Why do you think Capcom doesn't sell the original re-trilogy right now on consoles and Steam platforms? Do you think maybe they don't want people to compare the past with the games they're making now?
No. I mean, no one really does that except for like Cropecat. I mean, the reason why I noticed the door thing is that you can't shoot through the doors is because that's what I did in the original game. It's like I'm hiding from the chainsaw guy. I need time to reload. I need time to reconfigure. And I'd hide behind the door. And, you could shoot through the door. I remember doing that. And it's like, wait a minute, you can't shoot through the door here. And I'm not saying that breaks the whole game. But when you can't come to the agreement, when you can't sit there and come to the agreement that, wait a minute, yeah, this doesn't make or break the game. But if that's not in there, then what other things, small things, have been tinkered with? And we don't have the full list here because the game don't come out until next Friday. Again, the reviews drop tomorrow, and I am predicting that this will score incredibly well. Now, does that mean that the game is great? There's plenty of games that score incredibly well, and there's plenty of gamers that say, wait a minute, this is trash. So just because this game will score well, at least a 90, if this is below a 90, in my opinion, it will be a flop. Man, it's going to be fun to see the conversations tomorrow because, in my opinion, if this is under a 90, under the moniker of Resident Evil 4 Remake, if it's under a 90, it is a flop, in my opinion. But I don't think it will be because Capcom is selecting the shills.
Katie donated $2 through Super Chat. Woke shills with gender studies will shill review.
Yeah, they cleaned it up. They cleaned it up. They cleaned it up. From the character designs to the dialogue to anything that was even remotely suggestive, it is cleaned up here. Just like the VR edition. I literally have the VR edition. And they censored that too. But, that wasn't a surprise. It's Facebook, That wasn't a surprise. It's Facebook. Guys, you guys need to subscribe. Tomorrow's going to be a big show. Not that this isn't a big show, but look, we have the Oculus Quest 2 here. This is why I bought the Oculus Quest 2, to play Resident Evil 4 VR on the Oculus Quest 2. And it's a great iteration of the game, but it is censored. And I knew that going in, but it's still the classic game, It's still that game that y'all know and love, just with a little bit of censorship. But here, they're remaking a classic. They're bastardizing a classic. And the shills are coming out of the woodwork tomorrow to give this game a 10. Here's my prediction. IGN will give this game a 10. I will be very surprised if they only give this game a 9. IGN is going to give this game a 10. And multiple other websites will give this game a 10 as well. They will say that it does surpass the original. I guarantee it, bro. I can't think of anyone coming out of the woodwork and saying, well, wait a minute here. Why is that not in here? Why is this different? Why is that like that now? I don't think people are going to come out of the woodwork and have those thoughts or feelings. This will score incredibly well. Now, will it do as well as the original? The original on the GameCube, anyway, has a 96 on Metacritic. And honestly, it really depends on who Capcom said, hey, you want a review code? That's really the big question here. Because I honestly think if they selected the right chills that aren't that critical, or that just don't details, this might actually at least match the original score on Metacritic. But does that mean it's great?
Ryan
Clearly
O'Neill
not. They've cut
donated
content. This is a bastardized version, a soulless.
Remake cut a lot of content that annoyed me.
I know. Crows, spiders, moss. Yes, they have been cutting content ever since they started remaking these games in the RE engine. And everyone wants to turn, they want to look at Resident Evil 2 Remake, especially. They love that game. There's something with that game that they just fall in love with. It must be just pure nostalgia. But what they don't seem to understand is that they have cut so much content out of that, it's soulless. It's as soulless as this. Everything that I have a problem with in that game, RE2 and RE3 Remake, it's soulless. The only thing RE2 Remake had that had, some interesting was the gore mechanics. The gore mechanics in RE2 Remake were really good, and they haven't brought those back, not even here in the RE4 Remake. So I don't know what's going on, but, they must not like pleasing the gamers because quite clearly they can't even bring that gore system back. But when a zombie takes 2 magazines to go down, and then you got to stab the zombie 5 million times, well, the game's trash, no matter which way you slice it. So it's so incredibly sad. This is a total disaster. It might very well be the biggest blunder in all of video, at least for the last couple of years here, because this is a massive game. This is a game that, like I said, changed this franchise
over.
and the genre.
Waterwell's donated $2 through Super Chat. U3 is confirmed to be in-game through side quest.
Well, show me right now. Let's settle this right now. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm going to be like the Shills. I'm going to be like the Shills. It doesn't matter that he's in the game now. Doesn't matter because it doesn't really matter, because if he is a side quest, and I told you that earlier. I said, look, if he's in a cave somewhere and you got to stab it 300 times to get in that cave or some shit like that, like some secret. Show me the confirmation. That's a bunch of baloney.
Aquadu SHLL is back.
It doesn't
in
matter.
here. He said street cleaning zombies in a call, remember, and made a fool out of himself during the E3.
No, I know. I mean, it's just the same old slop here. It's just the same old slop. It's just like, look, if U3 is in the game, it doesn't matter because he's not in the mainline game anymore. He's not in the mainline. A side quest? Show me this. I don't believe it. And even if it is true, even if U3, and I said that earlier, I said, maybe U3 is a side quest. It doesn't matter. He's not in the main game. So the pacing has been shifted. And Capcom's feelings on U3 are quite obvious if they're sidelining and shoehorning that boss into a side quest. And by the way, the laser, which should have been on the gun by default, the laser, you have to do the side quests in order to get the laser. Okay? You have to do the side quests, and then you got to use that side quest point shit to get the laser. So you can't even, you have to do the side quest just to get the laser on the pistol, which in my opinion should have been there day one. Right from default. That's Resident Evil 4. It's duh, Capcom. It's like they just don't care about pleasing any of the fans. And, sometimes you have to look, you have to look in a new, different direction. I get that. But look, imagine if they remade Star Wars and Obi-Wan Kenobi or some shit was. I mean, I've never seen Star Wars, so I don't even know who the fuck's in it. But Luke Skywalker, right? He's the main guy. It's a love story in the first one or some shit like 1977, George Lucas directed, right? Okay. Imagine if they remade Star Wars from the ground up. Disney says, we're doing Star Wars all over for the modern day generation again, because it's already been 10 years since the last ones or whatever, 5, 6 years. So, I mean, imagine if they remade him without, the Darth Vader fight or some shit like that. If he even fights Darth Vader in that movie. I don't fucking know. I've never seen Star Wars. But, I mean, you just have to understand the point. So, again, let's recap here. The U3 boss fight, someone just came in and said it's a side quest. That's still trash, and therefore it doesn't matter, because if you're taking this boss and doing it to a side quest, total garbage, which I still have no confirmation on. But we will have probably a better understanding by tomorrow. The review embargo's lift. U3 from the mainline experience is gone. No running from boulder sequences. Cable cars. Can't get on them anymore. Incendiary grenades. No laser room. No throne room. Separate Ways campaign's not in here. Separate Ways campaign is not in here. And Assignment Ada is gone. And again, Assignment Ada was on the GameCube day one. Assignment Ada was on the GameCube day one. So it is a total disaster, that I know and that I can tell you. So we're going to go ahead and open up the lines here. And we're hoping a few Shills call in, because I would love to just understand where they're coming from. Not to just, put down one another, because it's like, look, if you like the game, that's great. We're covering the game over here. We're going to have exclusive coverage. And we're hoping some of you guys can stay tuned for that. Look, the review embargo expires tomorrow, so we will break in for that as well, and we might potentially have even a bigger show in store in regards to this all-new upcoming edition of Resident Evil 4 tomorrow as well. But we will wait and see. Nonetheless, the review embargo lifts tomorrow. We're going to do one caller at a time. We're not going to have just a little hangout chat session. We're going to do one caller at a time. and we hope that this will work here. So we're going to go ahead and open up the phone line here. And I think this is what you click. So let me go ahead and get you guys this link here. And if you would like to call in one at a time, let's see if we can make this happen. Go ahead and call in right there and discuss this all-new upcoming edition of Resident Evil 4. One caller at a time, and we're going to try and keep it moving. We're going to try and keep it moving, but I know someone specifically said that they would like to call in. So there is the link if you would like to call in. I'm going to put it in there again, and someone is already trying to call in. Gabriel Gomez. Let's see what Gabriel Gomez has to say. Hello, you're on the air. Gabriel Gomez, what do you think about this all-new upcoming edition of Resident Evil 4?
It's so scary, bro.
Hello? Oh, geez, already off to a great start. Well, if you'd like to call in, let's put the link back in there. Someone specifically said they would like to call in, so I'm now giving them that opportunity to do so. We'll put it in the pinned chat. You can click that button here and see how the cookie crumbles. Hello, you're on the air. What do you think about this all-new upcoming edition of Resident Evil 4?
And, you know...
There's no way, bro. You're back, baby? There's no way, dude.
Yeah, KT had to call me out. But I still love the Resident Evil. Huh?
Okay, so what do you think about all of this cut content and these changes? I mean...
All right, well, what I wanted to tell you about is that if all this is confirmed, right, I'll stand with you. I'll literally stand with you because I feel like it is bullshit.
I don't want to spread false information.
Well, that's
you know
fine.
what I mean? I'm not like that. That's not my
But Michael,
that's not.
Yeah, another thing I'm glad that I actually got to call you because there's another thing that I kind of find a little bullshit, is that if you notice in Leon's face, right, I kind of seen this myself because if Leon goes to the danger state, right, and you can see his face, right, he's breathing heavily, he's hurt. If you look at him in in Resident Evil 4 Remake, he's not breathing.
Oh, no.
He doesn't look hurt. His face is just normal.
Oh,
I don't know. Yeah, it's really bad. Do it right now. I swear to God, do it right now. It's so bad. It's so bad. And I'm not just saying this. I know I usually call in protecting it, but now I actually this game is really it's. I usually call in and go against you, but I'm actually starting to see it myself because it's bad.
Well, I mean, look, it might still be fun, but when you compare it to the original, and maybe that's my problem, maybe we should just stop comparing it to the original because that's where it starts to get really stupid. But if you just take the game for what it is, I think you will have fun, and I think it will be a worthwhile experience. But if you compare it to the original, then it starts to fall apart even further. But what you said sounds a little ridiculous because I know in Resident Evil 2 Remake, they do have the facial animations. When Leon's hurt, you can see it in his face. So that might be a bug. Hopefully they fix that.
I hope so too because he his body motions, he's holding his ribs, but his face expressions, there's just no face expressions at all. He was just that's
a little excusable to be honest. Maybe that's a bug, and the full game isn't out yet, so.
And another thing too, when there's a death animation, when Leon's getting his eyes poked out, he's supposed to be screaming. He's not screaming.
Yeah, nothing. So it's like it's all turned off or something. I don't know. That's weird.
Yeah, it's kind of So I wanted to point that out to you. So also, I'm not to call I don't know. KT called me out, so I wanted to call in and just make those things. But I'm with you. I stand with you. So on this because I feel like it is bullshit. All right.
Hell yeah, bro. We appreciate that.
All right, man. No
Thanks
problem.
for calling in.
See you later, Michael.
All right, we're gonna get the next caller on the line here. You wanted to call in. Here is your opportunity, bro. You wanted to call in.
Michael? How you doing? So I want to talk about. So I'm kind of a bit of a new blood to Resident Evil, because the first time I got into Resident Evil, I know a friend was recommending me to try it out, and I kind of started with Resident Evil 6, although I kind of fell off from the series, but then I was watching you like cover like the Resident Evil 4 remake, and I saw that like Resident Evil 4 was like on discount on Steam, so I decided to like, you know, since I've never like played Resident Evil 4, I decided to give the game a try. So, you know, and so far I actually like it. It's pretty fun. Like yeah, the controls are primitive, but they don't. It's not really. It doesn't take much to get used to it. It's so I'm right now. I'm at the castle, and I just like got done meeting Salazar, and I and before I go far, I want to touch into that shotgun, like the shotgun nerf
Oh.
for the removal.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's stupid. Like I've been using the shotgun, and the thing is, that's they're literally they're removing a pro strat, like a pro tip, because the shotgun is like really good with that blowback. Like the shotgun is like really good for clearing out enemies, especially like like when you're in like those tight corridor areas.
Exactly. Yeah. Came in handy.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. And and Capcom like getting rid of get rid of the blowback or nerfing it is like it's not like I don't think they're like really trying to make the game more challenging, but they're trying to like take out like everything that we know, like everything that the fans know about the original Resident Evil, and not like add anything new to like give like old time like Resident Evil fans a challenge. And I don't mind when games have a chat. I don't mind like games getting challenged. This is one. This is like one thing that I'm glad that Elden Ring exists because Elden Ring I feel like is a game that we really needed in like in today's like climate in the gaming industry, because you have like a lot of normies who like are affecting the gaming industry, and don't and I really I really don't understand this modern crowd, because I mean these people who are like complaining about like, oh, this game is too hard, man. What the fuck? Oh my god, they should add easy mode. These people, they're the same exact motherfuckers who like destroyed great franchises, gaming franchises that I love, like Saints Row. Remember that shit? Like,
Yeah.
I know, like, you kind of, like, might have, like, you did have some opposing opinions, like, compared to what I had, because I honestly think I didn't really like the new characters. I think what they should have done is, if they want to, like, go with this woke route, I know I know many people won't agree on. They should have at least, like, they should have still included the old cast, like Johnny Gat and Johnny Gat, Oleg, Shandi, while also like introducing like some new characters, like maybe some new characters that like the old cast would help raise and grow, and which could lead to like them developing to like badass like new characters. And and speaking of challenge, I am not gonna lie. So that like one section, like that one part when you first enter the castle, and you have all the enemies like freaking throwing like
Yeah.
firing cannonballs, like that, like that's like the one part that actually that on top of that RGB puzzle, like it's really got me really thinking, because in order like for me like get past the part, like you really had to mess with the commands with Ashley. Like you had like what I did was I had to like when I first entered that castle, like I kept like failing and failing because Ashley was getting killed like one shot at one shot one shot and one shot, and the last thing that I could hear like is fucking all the enemies yelling, "Mátalo!" Like, dude, I'm not gonna lie. That actually has to be a better. That had to be better than the new voice acting for those guards. But yeah, it's like, cause what you had to like, I had to like have like Ashley wait in the spot, like next to the stairs that leads up to like the upper half where the entrance is, like that leads you inside the castle where you get to meet like Salazar. And then I had to like go and clear out all the freaking dudes like that are like using the cannons.
It's over!
Like, yeah.
Bald
Like,
Lesbian donated
yeah,
$4.99 through Super Chat.
But, you know,
It's awesome that Donkey was able to make time to call in
like,
Bear,
these new,
Lightning
like,
Showers,
Resident Evil fans
Bear, Wolf,
or more
Lightning
audience,
Showers,
like,
Bear,
they probably won't
Wolf,
understand.
Lightning Showers, Bear, Wolf, Lightning
really sad.
Showers, Woman Breastfeeding,
You know,
Woman Breastfeeding,
in
Woman Breastfeeding,
like,
Woman Breastfeeding, Woman
from what I
Breastfeeding,
understand,
Woman
like, I haven't
Breastfeeding.
gotten to U3 yet, but isn't that like a main story boss they're cutting out?
Yeah. U3's a main story boss, so he's cut, or at least not in the main story.
What?
It's great.
Dude,
It's crazy.
And I was like, I saw earlier, like someone was pointing out, that he's like a side quest boss, or
Right.
like they're saving him for a DLC. But I mean, that doesn't still make sense, because what Capcom, what you're doing is you're cutting out a major story boss, like the boss that like leads up to Salazar. I'm not Salazar. I mean Krauser, and I know like I'm probably close to getting to that boss fight, because like I assume, because I saw some cutscenes. I mean, and like I didn't really mind getting spoiled with the RE4, with Resident Evil 4, because I mean it's an old game from like 2005 or 4. But I already assume that I'm probably like getting close to him, because of the dialogue with Salazar, because when Salazar introduces you to like U3, he refers to him as Ip. Like, I know you're familiar with that one dialogue where he says that, right?
Yeah.
And like, also, did you realize? Did you notice that your stream had reached like 500 viewers, right?
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of people that are they're curious to see how this turns out.
Yeah, I could imagine that right now you're probably have like a lot of like shills that you're gonna have to deal with. And you know, I'm gonna say this, Michael. Keep doing what you're doing. Like, honestly, you're off to like you were like making me laugh, like the start, like make me laugh real hard. Like, you were off to like a great start with this stream. And you know, I also like how you had the Undertaker theme playing at the start, because my dad is actually like a really huge fan of the Undertaker. And you know, the Undertaker, like, that dude, he's such a really legendary wrestler.
Absolutely. Well, listen, we appreciate you calling in, man. We're going to keep taking some more calls here.
I look forward to tomorrow's stream.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be great.
All right.
All right, let's continue here. Hello, you're on the air. Hello?
It's over!
Well, the equalizer's coming through.
The Equalizer donated
Williker.
$4.99 through Super Chat. Get this tooth fairy smashed up on surgery, painkillers up on outta here. Bear.
Well, we put someone in the room here and they're not talking, and I don't know how to, okay, there we go. Hello, you're on the air. Hello, you're on the air. Hello. Amazing. Just incredible. Whatever, dude. Oh, Jesus. Hold on a second. We gotta fix this. Yeah, we gotta fix this here. We gotta fix this here. All right. Hello, you're on the air. Jesus Christ, Mike.
Opportunity, man. Thank you. Been following you closely since Callisto Protocol.
Oh, yeah.
Disastrous game. Where I just wanted to say, like, two of my friends, like, they really helped me clear Resident Evil Original past week. I loved the game. I remember playing it back in the day, and I just recently played the demo on Series S first, and I could literally see the graphics rendering in front of my eyes. So I left it there, went back to my PlayStation 5, and I mean, I just can't enjoy it. And then I just confronted them with your point of view. Like, this is like,
Oh.
we got to listen to this point of view too. Like, because we're going to like put in like real money into it. And I just want to like, and they
Well,
have been like playing
look,
this game.
it's a big game. Everyone's excited, so that's the hype is. I'm not going to say blinding people, but people don't want to hear, I guess, what we're saying over here, and that's fine. They don't have to come over here. I'm not, shoving this down people's throats. I'm just showing my opinion, and people are showing up. So, like if you want to buy it, buy it. If you don't. I mean, you've already had the demo out for about a week now, and the reviews are coming
Yeah.
tomorrow. So,
No, I mean, like, that's the point. Like, we have to like see the picture on both the sides so that we know what, like, we can't just like say that, okay, demo is coming out. They're putting the review a week before. They did it with God of War. Okay. Like they want to show that this is the best thing because most of the games don't even put their reviews out till the end of the day. Now, that's
right, yeah.
fine. That's one thing. But then I just like the way the first time I saw the regenerator in RE for original and the way he leapt at me, I couldn't understand how to kill him. And then the U3 boss fight, I even got stuck on the Salazar boss because I was not but that much upgraded in the weapons. I upgraded the wrong weapons the first time, and it was so good. Like the original aspect was so good, and then I started playing the demo, and it was like I was just pairing them with L1, like go, go, and I was like, is this really the thing that I wanted to buy? Like I thought that this would be horror, like more horror than the original one, what I actually thought, but which is turned out to be more action oriented, like completely action packed. I just wish my friends could see that part. I mean, I keep on tagging them in the videos, like, look at Leon's face.
What? What the? No. What? All right, we're done. All right, let's recap here. We have a list of cut content. Well, the reviews are coming out tomorrow. I mean, you guys are going to have to just wake up and smell that coffee. Well, that's the end of the show. I mean, I already said what I needed to say. We tried to take callers, but of course it went south quick. So I don't know, dude. Nonetheless, this is the let's go through this again before we wrap this one up here. U3 boss cut. If someone can show me that he's still in the game, we'll take a look. He might be a side boss or something. I don't fucking know. Okay, running from boulder sequences. Okay, not in the game. No running from the boulder sequences. Cable cars are gone. Okay, I mean they're still there, but all you can do is look at them. Incendiary grenades gone. Island laser room gone. Okay. Island throne room. You guys don't care. I'm done talking. Just go back to reset era, show the game, go back to V, show the game, because that's what you guys love doing. And Sphere Hunter's going to have her review out tomorrow. Now, speaking of tomorrow, the reviews are going to drop tomorrow. Okay, the reviews are going to drop tomorrow. So we're going to try and break in as soon as we can to cover the review embargo lifting and the reviews coming out. And in addition to that, we might also have a bigger show ready. Maybe. We'll see. I don't want to say we're going to do it and then not do it, but we might have 2 shows tomorrow. And one of them will be talking about the review scores and seeing how certain people feel about the game and whether or not it scores high or low or what have you. It's going to score high. And then we might also do another show that is even bigger than that. And I don't want to say too much about that because I'm not sure if the stars are going to align. But with that said, and it's obviously in relation to Resident Evil 4 Remake, but just stay tuned. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Hit that notification bell for me if you can as well, because we are just getting started here. And again, we're going to be covering the review embargo expiring tomorrow. Today we talked about the last bit of confirmed cut content, as far as we understand. And, in addition to what we've already talked about. And then tomorrow the review embargo is expiring. We're going to react to the reviews. And then there's also another show that could be pretty big that we might be broadcasting. So, in regards to the Resident Evil 4 Remake. So, subscribe if you haven't done so already. Please consider doing that. We're going to let this last super chat play out, and then we're going to wind it down here. We do appreciate you guys for tuning in, tagging along,
It's over.
and supporting the show.
Cypher donated $10 through Super Chat. Probably be another 60-minute Resident Evil 3 game.
Oh yeah. The speedrunners are gonna plow through this game, bro. The speedrunners are gonna plow through this game, absolutely. So we will see you guys tomorrow. Big day tomorrow for Resident Evil 4 Remake. Big day. Reviews come out tomorrow. From what I understand, we're going to be reacting to those reviews. And in addition to that, we also might have our own show that's going to be pretty big that you're going to not want to miss. Okay, so that is going to do it for tonight. We do appreciate you guys for tuning in, tagging along, and supporting the show. And as we play this out, once again, the destruction of a classic.